What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. Woo. So today we are going over 5 wrestlers who could win the Royal Rumble. Now, the Royal Rumble's coming up in January. It'll be here soon before you know it. As you know, we are at damn near at the end of October. We're going into Crown Jewel, which is in a week and some change. Yes, you'll be getting predictions videos from me about that. But Survivor Series is right after that. Then we got Saturday Night's Main Event in December. And then, bam, we're in Rumble season. So, we're right there. And this is going to be one of my favorite Royal Rumbles I'm feeling because we all have no idea who is going to win the Royal Rumble. If you look at last year, Cody and Punk were like, easily, we're like, I don't know who can win the Rumble. I thought CM Punk would win the Rumble, but Cody ended up going back to back with it. And then we also have last year, we all knew Bayley was going to win the Royal Rumble, but that women's Royal Rumble is probably the best Royal Rumble they ever had, like match for match wise. So for this year, I can't really give you a definitive answer on who I think should win the Royal Rumble, just flat out, because that's how talented these rosters are, and that's where you don't know where they're going to go with this Royal Rumble. And that's what's so special about it. So I can't wait to give you guys my opinion on who will win of these 5 wrestlers who could win the Royal Rumble. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first wrestler we're going to talk about who could win the men's Royal Rumble is The Rock, the final boss. I think this one is interesting. He'll be another wrestler who has won the Royal Rumble twice. Obviously, I don't see The Rock going in and putting in like 50 minutes of a match. I definitely see The Rock coming out and winning at number 30 to join that list of, I believe, wrestlers who went at number 30 is The Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, and I think that's Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, and I believe Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar. I think just 4 people who won at number 30. I'm not sure, there could be more. But honestly, the amount of shit you can do with this Royal Rumble, because imagine on Netflix, John Cena comes out and enters the Royal Rumble, right? That's groundbreaking enough. Because imagine mid-match, you have a CM Punk cameo in the Royal Rumble. John Cena and Punk in the Royal Rumble. So if you add The Rock to that name, that list of stars in there, and The Rock gets to get in there with a bunch of other wrestlers, boy, that, my friend, is something special and a spectacle to see. Especially, could you imagine just The Rock you get a face-off with The Rock and CM Punk? Could you imagine a Final Four being like John Cena, The Rock, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins? Boy, that Final Four would make mountains. Or what if Roman's in the Royal Rumble? So then you take Seth Rollins out, you put Roman in there, and have Seth Rollins screw CM Punk out of winning the match. You know, bro, what? This Royal Rumble could move mountains. And where we're going with WrestleMania 41, and we don't know if The Rock's gonna fight Roman Reigns, or if The Rock's gonna fight Cody Rhodes, or they're gonna do the triple threat. There are so many options that if you're doing Rock versus Cody Rhodes and saving WrestleMania 42 for Rock versus Roman finally, so if you do Rock versus Cody Rhodes, The Rock's winning the Royal Rumble. And people might not like this, and I don't care. If The Rock's winning the Royal Rumble, you give Rock the WWE title. I don't care. I don't care. You heard me. You're right. The final boss, and mind you, I'm wearing my Cody Rhodes shirt right now. The final boss, Rock, is just a whole different ball game, a whole different level of special, and what he brings to professional wrestling is unlike anybody else, in the words of Aura. He's in a class all by himself. So, first name I had to go through is the final boss, The Rock. The next person on my list is the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Come on now. You know, coming soon, you know Charlotte is coming back to the WWE. And you know, and in my opinion, no matter what anybody else says, I will stand here and say it again. Charlotte is the greatest female wrestler of this generation. It ain't fucking close. And you can argue that Charlotte's probably the greatest female wrestler of all time. If you want to, you can't give me any of those AEW names where the best wrestles, because I don't think any of them, including Mercedes Moné, have better matches than Charlotte Flair. I don't care. I'm going to say it. Charlotte Flair can wrestle a broomstick and the match is going to be fire. Okay? People may not like her character. People may not like some of the storylines she's in. But when it comes to a match, please, nobody wrestles better than Charlotte Flair. Her versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39. Ooh, damn. And shit, actually, I wanted to ask, the people a question. What match do you guys think is better? Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39, or Bayley versus Io Sky at WrestleMania 40? Both of those matches were slappers. Both of those matches were bangers. And honestly, you can go either way with that. But I'm just a big Charlotte fan. I've always been a Charlotte guy. I just think Charlotte's, the way she wrestles is just disgusting. And the reason why I picked Charlotte Flair to win the Royal Rumble, she will become the first female wrestler ever to win the Royal Rumble twice, which is more history for her. And then, more importantly, I get Charlotte Flair versus, it's Tiffy time. Because we all know Tiffany Stratton will beat Nia Jax for the women's title. We all know it. We all see it coming. So to actually, and if they take their time, if Triple H takes his time and fully goes out there and builds a story to where we get Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41 for the title? And if Charlotte wins, she'll just be one more closer to 17, to the race to 17. Bro, do you know how much special shit you can do for that? Do you know the level you can go to tell that story? And first off, that'll probably be the most underrated match on that card. Because Tiffany Stratton is a dog in the ring. Not only is she, beautiful. Hi, Tiff. I'll play it. Not only is she beautiful, she is a fantastic wrestler who's a very young and up-and-coming wrestler, and to where some people could say that she reminds us of Charlotte Flair in a way. Maybe you can tell that story to get there, and that dynamic, how they work together. Come on, bro. I'm telling you, my next pick is going to be Charlotte Flair to win the Royal Rumble. For the men's Royal Rumble. Honestly, I'm picking this because he's just that over. And if he wins this Royal Rumble, he would go on to challenge Gunther. It was only right for me to mention my guy, but I don't think this is going to happen. But I will give it this. If there was an injury somewhere along the lines, I could see this happening. Main event, Jay Uso. It's just me, Us, day one-ish. The reason why I picked Jey Uso, that he could be a name to win the Royal Rumble, is because I do have him losing to Braun Breaker for the IC title again very soon. But shit, maybe even Monday. Jay's IC title reign may be over simply because he's going back into the Bloodline storyline. So which I think if everyone stays healthy, I pray to God everybody stays healthy. Because there's a WrestleMania, it could be something special. I pray to God everybody can stay healthy. That we will probably get the Usos versus the Tonga Twins for the tag titles at WrestleMania 41. I definitely think that's where we're going towards. But if there is an injury somehow in that World Heavyweight title picture, if there's somewhere in that injury between that circle of CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, if they really got an injury in there, I can see them pulling that trigger. Because if you really think about it, no matter how you argue it, Jey Uso is one of the biggest names in WWE right now. Did you see his intro on SmackDown last night with the "It's just me"? Oh, that shit was going crazy. I can see them going that way. I could see it. Honestly, if you're asking me, it's just like a year too early. I think WrestleMania 42, you could see Jey Uso maybe go for that Royal Rumble win. It would be something special. It would be something we wouldn't predict. But I just think he's more of that dark horse choice. That I just thought, to make things interesting, I thought, no, what, fuck it, let me put him in there. So that's how I feel about main event Jey Uso. My next pick for the females. This wasn't going to surprise you, because you would think I would pick Becky Lynch, but I did pick Becky Lynch previously to win the Royal Rumble. If you had to put like the gun to my head kind of saying, you had to put a gun to my head who I thought would win the Royal Rumble, it's probably going to be Becky Lynch again. But this time I thought I would go with some new blood. I thought, you know what? Maybe let's go with some new blood for a change. Let's try it. Let's do something different. And for this one, I went with Roxanne Perez. I know. Very shocking. Roxanne Perez is an absolute star. She has been, the work she has done on the NXT brand has been nothing short of special. She is the star, the top star of that women's division. And I think, honestly, at this point, will be making her way out of NXT soon. So I think she's there to get Stephanie Vaquer and Julia a lot more comfortable in the United States working American style now in WWE. I think she's there to like build them up and to keep them strong and keep them heavy favorites. Build them up and has their women's roster keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger with Delta also coming in down there. I do think we're eventually going to see Roxanne move on, especially with SmackDown becoming 3 fucking hours now, and then Raw's going back to 3 hours probably in the Netflix era. So with all of that going to take place, I think Roxanne is going to be the first name that they pull up from the main roster, because you already see Lash, Legend, and Jakara Jackson are damn near pretty much already on SmackDown. So with that, I do think Roxanne is going to go on the greater pastures, and why I think she's talented enough to give that Bianca Belair push. Because when Bianca Belair got on the main roster, they pushed her fucking immediately. I think Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble like that, and I can see Roxanne going on that trajectory. Who could Roxanne face at WrestleMania? You can make an argument. You can make an argument for Rhea Ripley. You can make that argument. Rhea versus... Because Rhea Ripley's going to be Liv Morgan for the title eventually. It's only a matter of time. And with that, I can see Rhea versus Roxanne sells tickets. It would definitely move the needle. I would definitely say that it would 100% move the needle, and I think it would be a great match. I'm interested. Roxanne Perez is like another one where I wanted to add 2 dark horses who I think could win, and those two, and Jey Uso and Roxanne Perez are my dark horses who could possibly win the Royal Rumble. It's just a thought. And the last name on my list on who could win a Royal Rumble is, in case you forgot, I fell off. I'm still hot. Knock your shell off. My money stacked out. I was like, get my money iced out, but I can't turn the swell off. Franchise. That boy, John Cena. John Cena could win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble and be that person. John Cena, I know John Cena and how so unselfish John Cena really is. And such a great person. If you saw his interview with Kai Cenat, John Cena is one of the very few people where when people say don't meet your heroes, John Cena is a hero you're absolutely going to want to meet. If John Cena decided, John Cena could go on an all-time run. If John Cena, becomes the first person in year ever to tie Stone Cold for Royal Rumble wins with 3, and goes on to win title number 17 to break Ric Flair's championship record? Do you know how insane that would be? It would be special, and honestly, I don't think anybody deserves it even more than John Cena. John Cena, honestly, I think him winning the Royal Rumble would just be incredible. Or I can see him losing the Royal Rumble and then telling that redemption arc, so then he wins the Elimination Chamber, and then John Cena goes on to face Gunther at WrestleMania 41. I think that would be special also. I think there's just so many ways that you can go through this, and there's so many ways that you can tell this story that I do think John Cena, because no matter what, Night 2 is pretty much either The Rock, Roman Reigns, or Cody Rhodes. There's no other way to go around it, to where Night 1, I think John Cena is at the top of the card, especially with 2025 being his full-time last year in the WWE. I think you do everything you can to use John Cena. That's how I'm calling it. So those are my top 5 wrestlers who could win the Men's Royal Rumble. Who do you have winning the Men's and Women's Royal Rumble? Let me know. Your boy Ducks No Smoke. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy D, and until forever finds you.